Hey guys, today we're going to be giving our final review of episodes 7 and 8 of the season finale of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Let's get into it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Till the End of the Line podcast. I'm your boy Juan G here with
Kika T.
And yet again, we have the great Aady. Round of applause for Aady from Film Addicts Podcast. What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you back, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we had you back on because you are a huge, gigantic fan of Avatar. Is that correct?
Yep.
Nice. All right, so I had to get him on here because he's as passionate about that as I am about Ninja Turtles. So, yeah, so I was like, we got to have you on because I want to hear from the viewpoint of a person that's passionate as hell about this. Yeah. Like you are, but just another viewpoint. But first, let's get into some nerd news, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, what you got first?
So, on the topic of Avatar: The Last Airbender, did you watch the video of how it got announced?
Yeah, it was really cute.
Oh my God.
I shared it first to our Instagram.
Yeah.
But then you sent it. So I was like, that was really cool. I like how this guy
played with their emotions so really bad. And he looks really good for his age, by the way.
How old is he?
51. He does not look 51.
That's
Daniel Day Kim?
Daniel Day Kim,
yeah. He's 51 years old.
I almost said Daniel Day Lewis, and I'm like, no, I know that's not the right guy.
Not at all the same guy.
Entirely different actor, yeah.
So yeah, they did like a Zoom call, and he was like, hey, so I talked to Netflix, and they wanted me to share some news with you, and he like played with their emotions the whole time.
He goes, I really enjoyed filming with you guys, and they're all just like, oh man, it didn't get picked up.
I'm like, yeah, they didn't greenlight season 2. Because they greenlighted season 2 and 3. I was like, bro, why would you play Aang looked like he was going to cry.
I would have too, dude. I mean, I knew that I had a feeling. Yeah. Well, I had a strong feeling that Netflix was already going to pick up 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Just because I'm familiar with like their formatting. And I already knew that Avatar was huge with fans. Addie, did you see that coming?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of left it as that they would continue the story.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have been hilariously heartbreaking to see them not continue after season 1.
Continue it? Yeah. It would just been in the void.
I would have been incredibly pissed.
Hell yeah.
Okay, what else?
So greenlit season 2 and 3. I'm excited for that. And then... Let's see.
Well, we also have we got reports of a new series coming out in 2025
so outside of the
next Avatar
animated movie I was telling you about that's coming in October 2025. There is another series, animated series of the next Avatar.
Yes.
So in the cycle, it would be an Earthbender.
Nice.
And
it looks like a male Earthbender from the photo we got.
Kind of looks like Bolin, not gonna lie to you.
A little bit.
But obviously it's not Bolin.
Right.
But and then Addie, you had some news about another. You said Korra was gonna have a couple movies.
Yeah, I think the gang with Korra is gonna have 2 other movies as well.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, talk about eating good as an Avatar or as an Avatar
fan and anime fan.
Yeah,
really.
Seriously,
because Addie, your favorite Avatar series is Korra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So he's probably really hyped for that, right?
Oh yeah. And we will finally get Korra and Asami in a relationship canon.
Yes.
See, I felt that at the end. I was like, oh, I'm getting a little bit of relationship vibes here, and then I told that to my wife. She goes, "No, I'm not seeing it."
Oh yeah, I picked
I'm
it
like,
up.
"What?"
Yeah, because I told you like she would get like blush at the cheeks like throughout the series, and there was times where like they had conversations, and she only reached out to her when she was trying to refocus her chi and all that stuff.
Yeah, she's like, "Don't tell the guys."
Yeah. So no, I knew they were shipping hard.
Yeah,
I mean, they're good-looking women. I guess it makes sense,
yeah.
you know. So
love is love, right? Yeah. So I'm like, I'm all for it. All right. Any other Avatar news that we got?
I think that's it for Avatar news.
We have some sad news though. You want to talk about this?
This one hit me hard.
Yeah.
This one hit me as hard as Stan Lee did.
Stan Lee, yeah.
So Corey Toyama passed away March 1st, I believe was the date.
This year.
But we all found out like the 4th or something like that. But yeah, if you guys don't know who he is the creator of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. And then inspired this is easily the godfather of all anime. Is it the best anime? That's up for debate for everybody else. This was my personal favorite anime. I grew up watching it. I have a tattoo of a 4-star Dragon Ball on my arm.
Yeah.
I love Dragon Ball Z. Gohan is my favorite character. Just, he's like a gentle beast, and then just to see the story of Vegeta turn from villain to become a family man and actually be a better husband than Goku. Like, it's just a lot of cool story plot twists. I think the Dragon Ball Super, even though it wasn't as well received as I think it should have been, the Tournament of Power was the ultimate fucking battle royale I've ever seen in my life. Even though Corey Toyama didn't write that,
well, he's responsible for it.
Yeah, he's responsible for it happening. But very, very sad news. It was hard for me to hear this.
For sure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, Dragon Ball Z was. I would say I don't know if I can't remember if Dragon Ball Z or Pokemon was my first introduction into like anime. But those were my main two ones. Addie, were you big into Dragon Ball?
No, but I did catch like reruns and like random episodes here and there.
Oh, okay, nice. All right. So yeah,
what got you started in anime? What was your first animated or animation? Anime, sorry.
It would have been Dragon Ball Z because there was nothing before it that I can recall.
Nice. Okay.
You said it wouldn't be Dragon Ball?
No, it would.
No.
Oh, it would be. Yeah, for me, because Toonami aired all three, so Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, and honestly Sailor Moon. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But all three of them used to show up on Toonami and Cartoon Network back in the day.
I mean, Sailor Moon, I get it. Hot girls and skirts and big chests. What's not to love? You know what I mean? Even though they're cartoon, but still. Yeah. All right.
And then Chris Evans, possibly rumored.
Yes.
I'm with it. So he's possibly rumored to be reprising his role as Human Torch.
Yeah, in Deadpool and Wolverine.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I see it happening because he did a cameo of himself in Free Guy.
Oh, no, Free Guy, yeah.
Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, and Addie said the same director, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so same director. And that's a tight net. They're all, I'm pretty sure it's a phone call away.
I what are the rank it 1 to 10 of the chances of it happening? Like a 10, yes.
Fucking 9.
Language.
The only thing stopping it would be scheduling, I would assume.
What is he up to right now? I know he wanted to take a break.
That's why it's at a high 9 for me.
I think he'll slim down because
I don't think
Johnny was a little bit slimmer. He was still buff. He was slimmer.
True, but I think
for Cap, he was huge.
It'll depend on whether Deadpool goes to that exact time, or maybe they could play it afterwards years later.
Yeah,
and he bulked up a little bit more. It's easily explainable.
I mean, if he comes back, do you think we get Sue Storm, Jessica Alba?
Maybe not. Or maybe just him. He meets up with and sees Human Torch just there. You know what I mean? Or does something with him. Yeah, I don't think it's far-fetched for him not to be in it.
Okay. Well, I know Hugh Jackman said that he would do Secret Wars if RDJ came back.
And Tobey Maguire were in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know Toby is gonna. That's basically confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be interesting. And then Super Mario got greenlit for a sequel.
Nice. Yeah. I'm excited for that one. Did you enjoy Super Mario, Aady?
I did. I watched it twice in theaters because I fell asleep the first time.
Oh, speaking of which, all right, I just saw Dune 2, and I thought it was great, right? Kept falling asleep during it. And I have a theory. It's one of two things. Every time I go to Block 37 Theater, I've fallen asleep. At one point, or like I'm fighting my sleep. I did it with Ninja Turtles. And I was like, I was enjoying the movie. I don't know if it's the seats are really comfortable there or something. And the other theory was, we went out on a date. I took my wife to Nando's. Mm-hmm. I had a nice full meal. So I think that put me in like a
food
coma a little bit, and I was just like,
I usually snack first, hit the movie after, or I hit the dinner after.
Yeah, we did it the opposite just because of timing wise. So we had to do that, and I think that was the main reason that I was falling asleep because I was liking it, but my eyes were going. And then she kept having to wake me up because I was snoring in the theater. I was like, "Oh shit, sorry." I literally went to the washroom, splashed water on my face, came back, started watching it, still fucking.
I'm dead.
Oh, damn it! So
dead.
yeah.
Did you see Dune?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
I loved it. I loved the first one, and I stopped reading the book because I wanted to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But, so there's gonna be 6 movies, right?
Whoa.
No.
No.
We don't know. We only know that Dune Messiah is going to be the next one, and that's the complete end of Paul's story.
Okay.
But they're like 7 books, so depends on how things go with the third one.
I thought I read somewhere that they're greenlit for 4 movies.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
I could have sworn I saw that.
Maybe part 1 and part 2. They'll separate the last one
of the last or of this next story.
Maybe is like the next one takes place like after 15 years of this one.
Oh
shit!
For real?
Okay, all right.
Because the baby needs to grow, man. The baby's still speaking inside.
Yeah, that's true.
That's creepy. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there a story told in between that 15-year gap, or there's not a story told yet?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think that's the holy war that they're going to do. Like, that starts off with the end of this one. Spoilers.
Yeah, right. Spoilers, guys.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Dune has been out for a while. I think people have seen it already. All right. Last bit of news. We have Shang-Chi 2 will reportedly start filming in 2025.
Yeah.
And it will feature time travel and an Iron Fist who will also appear in the Eyes of Wakanda series. Whoa,
that's crazy.
That's exciting.
Iron Fist coming back?
I wonder if the same actor is going to be playing the Iron Fist.
A
lot of people dislike this guy playing Iron Fist.
I didn't care for him too much as Danny Rand.
It didn't bother me too much.
How'd you feel?
The only introduction and the things I've seen from Iron Fist is the Defender series, and I thought the Iron Fist was supposed to be Asian.
Okay,
so,
fair enough.
One of the Iron Fist is, but Danny Rand is very much so a Caucasian male.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but there's more than one Iron Fist, and there's actually been 2 Iron Fists at the same time before. So.
Oh, is that kind of how they did that story in the Netflix series? How it ended with both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't have anything else for nerd news. Do you?
Let's see. Nothing significant, no.
Nope.
Just maybe the fact that all 8 live-action movies of Spider-Man are going to be returning to the theaters pretty soon.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
It'd be nice to kind of go see them all in movie theaters. I don't remember.
And this is the first time we've done nerd news without our glasses. I just realized we forgot to put them on.
Oh, no.
Oh, well. We're going glassesless nerds today. There you go. All right. So, all right. That was it for nerd news.
Yeah.
Let's get into some
question of the day.
Yes, you got the first one.
Yes,
let's go with it.
Okay, I forgot what my question was.
Oh no, I thought you wrote it down.
I thought I did too, but
yeah, I saw you typing, so I assumed that was it.
Oh, what was the question of the day?
It's not that one on top.
It just says question of the day.
Oh, you didn't write it down, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, all right, we're gonna go on mine then because I've got mine ready to go, and it's. Fair warning, it's gonna get graphic.
Yes,
so if you don't want to hear graphic stuff, pause or fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you fast forward to the correct part. So my question of the day is, like, let's say bloodbending is an actual thing, right? Or in that world of Avatar being, bloodbending being a real thing. Do you think women, when they have their period, can
I
hold?
don't like this already.
Can hold the blood in until they get to like a toilet and then just release it? Addie.
What?
Yeah, that was my reaction.
Yeah, that was his reaction. It popped in my head.
They'd save money on like tampons and
correct,
pads,
sir.
And do they just like and it all comes out.
Yikes!
Hopefully
not with that much force.
On the flip side, for us men, we can maintain our boners longer.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think of that part.
Because it's basically a blood vessel.
That's a go. Addie, thoughts?
He's just he was not prepared for this, huh?
He was blown away. He's like, I don't know.
Oh, no. He's like, what did I sign up for?
You going to go no comment,
Addie? I guess so. Like, it would be less painful if it's under their control, but it also has to be a full moon.
Not necessarily. Well, yeah.
Unless they train themselves.
Yeah, unless they've. Yeah, I didn't think about the full moon aspect. That's true. Shit. All right. Unless they worked at it, I guess.
Yeah. Because in Legend of Korra, Aman and Karuk, right?
I forgot his name.
What was the brother's name?
I don't know. I think it was.
It's the Avatar.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right. We're going to move on. All right. That was question of the day.
All right. I have a little fun activity for us to do. So, name your top 3 benders for their respective nations. So, we're going to start with water. All
okay.
Right? I'll go first. Number 3 for me is Paku, Master Paku. Member of the White Lotus.
Okay.
Taught Katara some in the animated series. Taught Aang some in the animated series. But we've seen him do work during the reconquering and of Ba Sing Se.
Yeah.
And he was just fucking wrecking people. So Paku for me is number.
Addie, we'll go with you. What's your number 3 for water?
Oh, okay. So I don't have a name, but I think Kike might know. It's the girl from Korra who's in like the gang with Zahir.
The armless Minghua.
Yeah.
Minghua. Nice. Okay. My number 3 is actually Korra.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I thought Korra was badass fucking waterbender. I know Addie likes her better as other bending.
Oh yeah, I saw
that. As far as water, I felt she kicked ass, man.
Yeah.
So I go
she's
Korra.
A natural.
Yeah, hell yeah. And that was her first element, so
fair point.
All right.
For me, Korra is my number 2.
Okay.
She is a badass. She is ruthless. She's total different version of an avatar, which I kind of noticed that none of the avatars, even though they all share that like hive mind or avatar mind, none of them are the same. You know, because all the advice that they given Aang, all the advice that they gave Aang were just all total different perspectives.
Some of them contradicted the other avatar. Yeah, for sure.
So Korra for me.
Korra,
Addie. Your second water.
Korra for me too.
Yeah, nice. All right. So, did you give me the face because it was so low?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think she's top 3 though.
Yeah, she's top 3, and he give me a second. My number 2 is Minghua, so we were close.
Oh,
I only picked her over Korra because she fucking waterbend with her arms. Like that's fucking skill right there. You know what I mean? And she used them as arms.
Yeah.
That's a badass.
She didn't let that cripple her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, number 1.
Katara.
All right.
Katara is my number 1.
No explanation needed.
Yeah.
Eddie?
Katara.
All right, we're all 3. Katara. Nice.
Let's go.
Love it. All right. So let's move on to
Earth. So people that we missed, as far as for water.
Mm-hmm.
Hama, which is the one who taught Katara bloodbending.
Right.
So for her to be able to figure it out in prison under that stress, water deprived, like she's a badass.
Yeah. Very unhinged, but yeah. A badass.
And then Kaya, Tenzin's daughter. Or no, Tenzin's sister, Aang's daughter.
Oh, yes. Okay.
She's still a badass, even though she got her ass handed to her in the show, but I would imagine she's still a badass.
Yeah.
So those are my honorable mentions.
Okay. All right, let's move on to Earth, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're number 3.
My number 3 is Avatar Kyoshi.
Okay.
She's a badass.
I totally forgot
she
about
wrecks. She seems to have been, strong with all the other elements. But as far as an earthbender, she
fucking made an island.
Yes.
So yeah, she's a badass.
Yeah, she separated that island from, and then she made that one conqueror die.
Yeah.
Technically, he was stubborn.
She just didn't stop him.
Yeah,
she just let him
fell.
die.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
you
can't do everything. Addie, number 3. Earth.
My number 3 for Earth is Toph.
That low on the list. I can't wait to see his higher numbers.
God.
All right. Any explanation why
I know
she's
who
there?
your number 1 in Earth
Yeah,
is,
for sure. Easy. Go ahead. But why Toph at number 3?
She's cool. They're cooler, more powerful benders in the universe.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
I hard disagree, but all right. My number 3 is Suyen Beifong.
Oh yeah, so yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Nice.
dude. Ta's youngest daughter?
Younger
Yes.
daughter,
Yeah. For the simple reason of she fucking metal bend around Sparky Boom Woman's fucking head.
Oh yeah.
And then made that
Zahar's
shit
girl.
just decapitate her ass.
Yeah.
Fucking, I was like, yes. She instantly became one of my favorite earthbenders.
Yeah. She's
metal bender, technically. Well, metal
Yeah,
under
but that's a
her.
sub bending of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Just how
that's
lava
why
bending
she's.
is sub from that.
Yep, that's why she's my number 3.
Okay.
Number 2.
Kuvira. I liked Kuvira a lot. I think she, and I told you about that fight scene. I think she wrecked Korra.
She did.
Korra was a little weak, but she fucked her up.
And I think that's why. I was telling him before, I think the only reason that she beat Korra is because
But she still went into the Avatar state, bro.
Fair enough. But
And
she
she
was all
still
messed
lost.
up. She was all messed up, though.
I
What had it been, like
get it.
3 years?
She was also traumatized for years.
She had that.
Me too, and I'm still functioning.
You're
All right?
functioning. You're still functioning. When somebody came that was powerful, you'd get your ass handed too. All right, so number
But no,
2.
Kuvira is my number 2.
That's a solid
she
number 2.
Fucking moved the mecha suit, for metal bending. Like she's
strong,
she had a
yeah.
lot of feats. She basically almost took over all the nations. Reclaimed all of the Earth nations. Yeah, I think
She was a savage too, though. She just sacrificed her supposed love, just like
oh yeah,
I love
like,
you too.
yeah, boom, and just sent it out. Jesus Christ, yeah, that was crazy.
Addie, number 2, Earthbender.
Bolin.
All right,
Nice,
Bolin
nice.
almost made my top 3. If Suyin hadn't done that, he probably would have been. I loved his personality. Or what did you? Why is he your number 2?
So Bolin is literally me.
All right, fair enough. Fair. Yeah, I mean, he learned lava bending too.
Yeah, on the fly.
Yeah.
He out of desperation.
Yeah, they were about to
And
die.
he was trying so hard to metal bend.
Yeah.
Poor kid, and he just could not get it.
He just needed to realize that wasn't the type of bending
this
he
is not
needed to
what-
do.
yeah, exactly.
All right. My number 2 is Boomy.
Yeah.
King Boomy.
Yep.
And for similar reasons for my for Minghua being my number 2, he earthbend with his face. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah. When he was locked up and sliding down those little like pathways in the Earth Kingdom. Mm-hmm. And then his face was sticking out. And then Aang is asking, how are you going to earthbend? And he goes, well, they didn't cover my face. And he started like doing crazy ass.
I didn't realize
You
that.
don't remember that?
I know that what you're talking about, but I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I assumed he just did it.
No, he was bound. He was
That's
doing that
crazy.
with his face.
Okay.
So the man is
Boomy's
powerful.
a badass. Yes.
That's why he's number 2 for me. Yep. All right. So number 1, earthbender for you.
No, easily. Tough.
Okay.
Invented metal bending.
Yeah.
I'm sure if she got close enough to lava, she'd figure it out herself.
Yeah, right.
But I liked her. So she learned from the Badger Moles, and if you notice, her stance is very close, very similar to how Aang. Actually, no, not even Aang. Really similar to, like, she doesn't have a wide stance. Her stance is very narrow. I got to figure out what martial arts that mirrors, but she's
I always assumed it's because she was small.
no, she's not very. Yeah, does she make the long extra steps when she needs to? But for the most part, she's very narrow because her attacks are very precision like, and that's hard to do with Earth. Versus, they are big boulders, strong strength. Boulders conflicted. Like he's just a meat brain. And like just a lot of the Earthbenders are like that, and she has her own style of earthbending that I think is unique to her because she learned from the Badger Moles.
Gotcha.
And I think she's also the only person that has learned from the Badger Moles that we've been introduced to, at least.
Yeah.
So those are the original Earthbenders. You know what I mean?
I would imagine benders back when bending first started may have learned from badger moles. That's my assumption. Addie, who's your number one?
Avatar Kyoshi.
All right. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Nice. And is it because of what she did to that guy, or what's your reason?
The Conqueror dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, but also like she's the coolest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And she's pretty well. She trained the Kyoshi warriors. Those are her warriors. She created them.
And they are badass. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. My number one is, of course, Toph.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bing. Right there.
Yeah. She's badass.
Badass, dude. She does what she does blind. Like, you've got to give it to the woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And like you said, she created metal bending. That was sick as hell to see. Because she had learned, I forgot who was telling her about metal being in rocks. But that's where she got the idea to, like, check rocks being in metal. Right? That they come.
I think it was more about the minerals that she started bending, which are rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was their conversation with Iroh.
Was it? Was it Iroh?
Was it?
Do you remember, Addie?
I'm not sure. I remember like when she started doing it, she was like held captive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but I don't remember like a conversation.
Yeah.
I think she just felt it there.
Right,
Yeah.
but she had got I remember a conversation that she got the idea because there's rocks, or metal comes from rock.
Right.
Like refined rock. So then she started to look for it. That was that always stuck
But
in my
I don't
head.
think see that's what makes Aang a very powerful avatar, because he learned three of his all of his sources of, he had a close relationship with every original earthbender,
Okay.
with the exception of Earth. So he
said Earthbender.
all original benders. So
Okay.
like the original like animal.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
he had a close relationship with Appa. He's seen how bisons manipulate air and how they airbend. He saw the dragons. He learned from the masters.
Okay.
He learned from Toph, who learned from the masters. Toph is the only other person that we know of. Toph and Aang are the only two that do that like seismic tap of their foot to feel around them. There's not another earthbender that.
Yeah, her daughter.
Well, the daughters, yeah, but they're not nowhere near as good as Toph was.
For sure. And Toph even said so.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's get through this list a little bit.
Yeah,
quicker.
so we got
Fire next.
I don't have any. I think we said Lin and Bolin and Suyan and Boomy, right? Those were my honorable mentions, but we all had ranked them, right? Or Lin was the only one that never got ranked.
Yeah, we didn't rank Lin.
Yeah, no, I didn't have Boomy either.
Okay, so yeah, Lin was an honorable mention. Yeah, just by
Toph's
default being
daughter,
the chief of police and taking over for her mom and Toph's daughter. So yeah, she was a badass.
Fair enough. All right, so Fire number 3.
Zuko.
Really?
So hear me out.
Okay.
So the reason why I'm sure he grew to even be a stronger one is because he was inspired by his uncle. So in his battle with Azula, he uses airbending like forms to split down, similar to how when Aang claps his hands and throws the air down like that, to like separate water or fire coming at him.
Yeah.
He used fire in that same form that Aang does.
Yeah, we saw it in the Netflix series. He did it in the what's the name of the fight?
Agni Kai.
Agni Kai, thank you.
Yeah.
He did it against his dad.
Yeah, so he uses, and he also learned that from his uncle, because in the anime, he learns how to redirect lightning by studying a form from the Water Tribe.
Okay.
And then he also, when he fights Azula again, he does a wide, long stance with one arm out, similar to an Earthbender.
Okay.
So he adjusts his fight style and his firebending to incorporate all of the movements of the other elements. So I think by default it helps him become a better bender.
Okay.
Although he can generate lightning, I think that's the only thing he can't do. He lived very long. Clearly was a very successful Fire Lord. So that's my case behind it, because he has the ability of, he's the avatar firebending, if that makes sense, because he can use all of the other elements, fighting styles, to incorporate into firebending.
Oh, in a sense, okay. Addie, number 3, fire.
Zuko.
All right, fair enough. He
For all the same reasons.
all the same reasons. Nice.
Let's go.
He would be my honorable mention. I'll just put it there. But my number 3 is Uncle Iroh. I know. I already know he's your number 1. So, but for me, I have people higher up.
Okay.
But yeah, Uncle Iroh's my third, just because of his wisdom and how he turned his life around after his son died, and his comedy, obviously. I enjoyed. But yeah,
one of the only benders to learn from the masters.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Number 2,
Ozai.
All right.
Ozai is a savage. I don't like the character.
Fair enough.
But his rage alone, just on that when they try to take Ba Sing Se at the end, that final episode, his one blast was as much as all 12 of those benders on the airships.
Yeah.
His blast was so massive. It was ridiculous how much power he was able to put out.
Yeah.
And then that like ball of like condensed, like almost like combustion, like a combustion guy.
Mm-hmm.
He had that like rocket in his hand that when he threw it at Aang, just he was, hyped up because of the comic.
Yeah.
But still, he's still a badass. Dude.
He is. Yeah,
and
for sure.
Just to see him have that power and that the difference in scale of power between regular firebenders and him as the Ozai, as the Fire Lord, it was pretty fucking dope.
Fair enough. Addie, number 2.
My number 2 is Iroh.
Iroh? Nice. Okay. Any different reasons than I gave?
No. I know that Zuko learned most of his bending from Iroh.
Yeah.
And so that puts him above Zuko.
Nice. Fair enough. All right. My number 2 is Avatar Roku.
Nice.
Because of that fight he had when he defeated Hosen, his best friend.
Yeah.
How he's that one liner alone was like, I'm only letting you live because of our friendship.
Yeah.
I was like, you're a badass. And then he was rightfully a really great Avatar, and so I picked number 2.
Fair point. The only thing I would argue with you is that he used the other elements to defeat.
Fair enough. But you said if their element is fire, it counts. So I cheated a little bit. So I'm like, I picked him.
Yeah. Well, my number 1 is obviously Iroh.
Yep. The man on your sweater, your hoodie.
Seriously.
Yep.
He can breathe fire, which we'll talk about that in later on when we talk more about the episode. Because Zuko breathes a little bit of fire, which was weird to me.
Oh yeah.
And I remember him doing that in the anime, but I remember Iroh being the only person. That's how he got the Dragon of the West. That's how he got that title.
Oh really?
Because
okay.
He can breathe fire from his mouth. Not many masters can still do that.
Okay.
So it's like an old technique, but I think also from learning from the dragons kind of helped.
Fair enough. Okay.
And then when they reconquer Ba Sing Se, his breath just, and then like you just see the fire.
Oh shit! Okay.
And then he like pulls it together, and the way he blasted like that, like holy shit! Dude, he's knocked down that wall
for sure. Addie.
My number 1 is Roku.
Roku, nice.
All right, we're pretty close on that one. Sweet. Okay. Any what specific reason?
Well, he's the one that he's like the most level-minded avatar of them all, but he also like knows what.
I agree with you. I agree with that statement. Yeah.
And his mastery of just fire is something that inspired Aang to not use it as like more with aggression, less with aggression, more with just the power inside you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. Mine is probably gonna ruffle your guys' feathers, but I don't care. It's Azula.
Oh,
let's go. Yeah. Yes.
I'm not against it.
She's the first one that we saw lightning bend. She is a savage. Yeah, she's unhinged, but you got to be that fucking savage. And she did one thing that I'm like, why the fuck don't villains do this? She's fucking hit Aang in the middle of powering up to take him out. I'm like, why the fuck don't most villains do that?
That's in
she's smart
animated
as hell too.
Yes, she's very, very smart. She's very evil. But yeah, you watch Goku power up the Super Saiyan. If you just fucking hit him before. Yeah, I think they made jokes at that in the resurrection of Frieza.
Okay.
Because he's just standing there waiting, and then he gets taken out by like a finger gun, like a ring ray, and it just goes through his heart, and he's like, oh, because he wasn't paying attention. Okay. So like, yeah, anyone can just take people out when they're powering up or in conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, the anime is known for prolonging that, and then like, why don't you just attack now?
Yeah, very dramatic in that aspect. Yeah, for
sure.
So
yeah, Azula was like, no. Yeah, that was pretty dope.
Yeah, so those are some of the reasons I chose Azula as my favorite.
I think I love that she has blue flame because of her unhingedness. Is why her flame is so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very acrobatic. She's very similar to the Kyoshi warriors or what's it? Ty Lee? That's her name, right? The chick with the pressure points. Ty Lee, yeah.
Yep, Ty Lee.
She's very agile, and just the way she moves, and
she's a fucking great tactician too. That's what I'm saying. She's smart. She's like her dad in that aspect of like war tactician. So yeah,
I have some honorable mentions that didn't get mentioned.
Okay.
So Mako was a dope ass firebender. Korra, he's also can generate lightning.
Yes.
You know, so that's pretty dope that he was able to do that. And I think just
the slut of Korra, because he got around.
He did. That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, not for him. That. He's probably enjoying it.
Yeah.
But all right.
And then Master Zhang. We got to see it earlier when General Zhao showed up and he like lit that wall of fire down the river to separate them. But then we see it during the comment, and he's floating midair. So he's concentrating on floating with fire under his feet. And then he does like that large wall and then sends it down to send over the flip over the tanks.
Oh, right.
You know, just to see him build that wall. I didn't see any other bender or firebender do something like that.
Yeah.
So his mastery of it, and then to come out of being fearful of teaching somebody, because he knows it can lead to destruction. Master Zhang is a pretty dope ass fucking firebender.
All right, let's try to get through this top 3 airbenders quick so we can get into this episode.
My number 3 is Monkey Yatsu.
All right. Addie, number 3?
Zahir.
Nice.
Okay. Mine is Jinora.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Just because that young of an age, first one to get, or the youngest to get their tattoos.
Since her grandfather, yeah.
Yeah, since Aang. And then being that in two with the spirit world, helping Korra.
Cool. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So Jinora. Number 2?
Zahir.
Nice. Number 2?
Tenzin.
Really?
Nice.
Okay, nice. My number 2 is Zahir. So we're there. Nice. Number 1.
Aang.
Number 1.
Aang.
If it wasn't going to be Aang, I was going to be so disappointed in you. Aang, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
around the board, yeah.
He was a master at 12 years old. Jinora got her master airbending tattoos, but I don't think she was the level of master. She didn't master it as well as her grandfather.
Well, to be fair, I mean, he was the Avatar, so I think that helped him master it that quicker.
Agreed.
So I think Jinora
but he didn't know that, so he didn't have the pressure.
True, but that still contributed to his skill set, you know. So yeah,
agreed.
All right, that was fun.
Yeah,
I like those.
I have no honorable mentions because you guys mentioned Tenzin and Jinora. Those are my honorable mentions before.
All right,
but yeah, quick recap of 1 through 6.
Yeah, mainly Addie. I want to get Addie's because we've talked about episode 1 through 6. So I want to know. I know you had a roller coaster of emotions for episodes 1 through 6. But just give us your review on the first 6 episodes.
Oh man, there's so much wrong. There is so much wrong. Well, okay. So I liked everything from 6, 7, and 8, but there were so many things wrong from 1 to 5.
Okay. Oh no!
Like I understand why you would open with the genocide of the air nomads.
Mm-hmm.
But like the entirety of the show is like Aang being a child becoming this figure of hope, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't have that childish humor and those childish behavior if you start with something like that. And every time you try to like make it that way, every time you try to like have silly jokes in it, it won't feel right because you started with such a dark thing.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a fair
point. and I hated everything in Omashu.
I am. So after rewatching it to make the videos or make our episodes, I don't disagree. I don't dislike Omashu. I don't dislike Boomy. It's a different take.
Yeah.
But I prefer the animated.
Yeah,
story.
for sure.
Absolutely. They're just it's told better. And Boomy, this Boomy was great or was good, but he wasn't great. Is what I meant to say.
Okay.
He's not the. I like the old playful Boomy. Like you said, this Boomy was very much so like pissed off at his friend for not being there. For him,
and upset. Yeah.
Which I got that.
Well, that's the same thing as pissed off. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good.
But I just.
Hurt.
That's
the
he
word
was
I was
hurt.
looking for. Hurt.
He was definitely hurt because his friend wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I like the old Boomy. Yeah, he was a badass.
Yeah.
That's why he ranked so high.
Yeah, it goes the same for me as well because Boomy's he's one of my favorite characters from the animated show.
Yeah.
And like when you meet Boomy, yeah, like the background of war is there and how it's affected Omashu is all there.
Yep.
But then you also see this old fucking king be so hopeful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were fighting this and we're still fighting this, and now that you're back, you can help us fight this.
Yeah.
I think I can understand why, like, in the live action, he's a little more serious.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you have him like cracking jokes like "let us in" or like "let us out" some shit.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they needed to commit. Just go full dark or give us the original.
Or be
Yeah,
really
because-
playful and stuff.
yeah. So-
I understood it because I get the way they were trying to tell the story, but I agree with you guys. The animated Boomy, that version of the character is way better. It's hands down better. All right. So what about episode 3? What didn't you like about episode 3?
I honestly, some of these things have scarred me so much that I've blocked them. So you have to remind me what episode 3 was.
Okay. I can look it up really quick. Let's see.
Yeah, I think I have it here.
Do you?
Wait, no, 3 and 4 were Omashu, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was split up.
Yeah. So everything with Omashu was wrong. Like even
Okay.
having Jet in there was unnecessary.
And I was telling you, go ahead.
You could have easily had that story be in season 2 and it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. And I was telling you this when I was seeing your reviews on it. I think the reason that these things are happening is because they were trying to fit both books in one season. Kind of. Like story-wise.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, so they're rushing when they're telling the story because they want to fit it in these first 8 episodes.
well, because we meet Jet in book 1.
Right. But not at Amashu, right?
No.
Yeah, no, not in Omashu.
They're trying. They kind of condensed the stories of book 1 and book 2.
Yeah.
Almost not so much book 2. When I say book 2, I say that because we were introduced to Azula and Ty Lee and May
Yeah,
and all
because we
that.
didn't meet Azula till like the last episode of book 1.
Right, and then her little trio, her gang, we
Yeah.
didn't see them till book 2. So that's why
Yeah.
what I meant by like they're condensing it a lot. But yeah, but I get it. I get why you disliked it so much.
Yeah, I kind of disagree that they were trying to fit like two seasons worth of content in one season.
Okay.
I think what they were trying to do was there was some sort of point that they were trying to make with the adaptation that, you know, this is the story and like, hey, remember this was in the animated show, come back for that next season.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think the way I seen it was they were telling a story from point A to point B, and it just kind of the whole Jet series part of it just didn't really fit. I would have been fine if they'd never included Jet.
Yeah. Well, I get
True.
why they did it because the Jet part helped with Katara's storyline.
It
Does
helps
it though?
her.
Yeah, because it helped her realize and improve her waterbending in this story.
But I'd rather have had them done that with Zuko the way they did it.
Fair point. But like I said, the only reason I get why they put it in there was to help with Katara's storyline.
Yeah,
and
I would rather have seen a softer side to Zuko early, the way we did in book 1.
Okay,
because they're the ones that get lost in the tunnel together, and they're the ones that have like that. And it's not Sokka later on. You know what I mean? So I'd rather have had that happen, and then just have Jet never even happen.
Fair enough.
Although it was cool to see the swords, that was pretty.
Hell yeah! The action sequence, with that was pretty dope.
Was pretty cool, and what's the Duke?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so obviously Pipsqueak's the big guy.
Yeah, Duke's the little one.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean it was cool. I enjoyed it, but I could have lived without it.
Yeah, same. I agree.
And like the problem with the Omashu stuff is that those are the 3 really like disconnected stories that they wanted to connect in some way, because like the one with the inventor that happens like in an air temple, and like Aang seeing them shows.
They went to the northern, right? They went to after visiting the southern, they realized it was like obliterated. They went to the northern air temple to look to see if anybody was still there, and that's where they met the son and the father inventor, right?
Yeah, and like meeting them and seeing what they've done with the place, like kind of gives Aang hope that even though his culture and his people are not there, like his culture and the culture's teaching like lives on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you put that in Omashu, and none of it like even fits, and then they try to rush it.
Yeah, and I think that happens again because it's only 8 episodes.
Yeah,
so it's a mistake doing that, but they wanted to fit it in.
I feel like
I understood it. I didn't agree with it, but I understood it.
That's a cop out for them.
Yeah,
because it's 16 episodes the first season or the first book, right? And each one is like 22 minutes, which is essentially 3 episodes is 1 live action episode.
Yeah.
That's one way to look at it. You know what I mean? So it could have easily been done. Would it have been more expensive to do?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot more filming and fair enough. Uh-huh.
And would there be some more editing that they had to have done on their end? Yeah.
That's why it's a different beast with animation and with live action. Yeah. It's a lot you can and can't do. But what about
Into the Dark, which was my favorite episode. That's where we got to see the funeral of Iroh's son, and that was really touching.
Yeah.
I just personally related more to that. Was it 4 or 5? No, it is Into the Dark, right?
The funeral part?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think that's 5.
Yeah, it is 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Spirited Away?
Well, you said 4 or 5, so I think it was 4, I remember. Yeah. But one thing about episode 6 that I forgot to mention that I enjoyed, I like finding out why Zuko's men were put to him, were like assigned to him.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was a really like nice story. That
they didn't say that in the animated.
No, they didn't. They added that for the live action. I enjoyed that storyline. I was like, oh, that's pretty dope.
But they also didn't like talk shit about their captain or Zuko in the animated.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was cool. What's the Lieutenant G?
Yeah, Lieutenant G.
Every time I saw him, I kept thinking of the old Planet of the Apes.
Same, dude. Same.
Yes, thank you. I was like, why the fuck this? Every time I looked at him,
I honestly didn't think about that. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
My
That's
man,
funny.
Aady. All right. We're on the same page. I was like, what?
I'm like, the story. I'm like, the story is cool, but it's so distracting because he looks like an ape.
He does, yeah. I said that to my wife. She's like, yeah. She started laughing. All right.
How do you feel about Zuko having an eyebrow?
Yeah.
I don't like it. I did not like it in the trailer. I don't like it. I hope that they can retcon that and just like have his scar like even bigger in the second one, in the second season. Because like in the show, it's half of his face. Like he can't open that eye.
Yeah,
like
it's like this big. Yeah.
It's prominent. It's there, dude.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like dedication to the game, dude. Either shave off your eyebrow during filming, or just have props cover it.
Yeah,
I'm sure they had enough money to build a partial appa I'm sure the makeup
Yeah, that's
department
true.
had a fucking skin they could have glued over him.
Yeah. I agree.
You know what I mean? But whatever.
I'm indifferent about it. I could care less.
Yeah.
I like this Zuko. I think he's doing a great job.
I agree. Yeah, I do like the actor playing him. I think he's doing a great job as Zuko.
Yeah. Are we good on 1 through 6, or do you have more for 1 through 6?
Oh, I didn't like the Iroh flashback at all.
Yeah. You didn't?
I didn't.
Oh, that's too bad. Why not?
Because like again, that it felt like, hey, remember that from the original show? Come back for that.
I can feel that because I was expecting them to sing the song and have Iroh sing and lose his shit and cry, and I was prepared to cry, and it didn't happen either. So
he was holding his Kleenex like,
Yeah, I was ready.
Yeah.
So I agree with that part too a little bit. I enjoyed it very much so, but I think they did it out of respect for his name is Mako, right?
The actual actor?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Mako, right?
Oh, okay.
Because he passed away, so I think out of respect for him, that's why they didn't use his voice or any of that. They just did the melody in the background.
Yeah, that could be the case. Like for me, the tune of Leaves from the Wine was what made it worse. Is because I was okay with the flashback because we could cut back to him like sitting in the same position while he's trapped by the fucking Earthbenders.
Okay.
But it like that tune was like, it was haunting in a way that was like, hey, you have to come back for this because this is some cool shit that you saw in the first one, so you have to come back.
Okay.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It didn't feel earned, is what I'm trying to say.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
fair enough.
yes.
Fair enough. All right, let's dive right into episode 7.
Yes. So episode 7, The North.
Yeah.
It starts off with Admiral Zhao playing a little ploy, a little trick, using one of the other generals to trick Lieutenant G to run back to his to the ship to tell Zuko that, hey, they're coming to get you for treason.
Oh yeah.
But it was all like a ploy, a
Ruse.
Yeah. So it was interesting. That doesn't happen in the animated.
Well, it happens. Oh no, not that part, but the explosion part happens. It's just differently, and I get probably for money wise or CGI wise. It happens on a little boat in the animated series.
Yeah.
I thought it was well done. I liked it.
Yeah. Agreed. Blasting jelly and all that. Like it had relevance to previous episodes, bringing in the blasting jelly and all that.
Yeah.
And then what? We flips back over to Team Avatar. They arrive to the Northern Water Tribe. They're welcomed with a feast from Chief Arnok, right? That's his name, Arnok? Arnok? Yeah, I think it's Arnok. That's how it's pronounced.
I think so.
And then I did not care for the way Master Paku looked. His forehead and like
in the anime, it's pretty close though. It's not as far back, but it's pretty close to it.
Like,
I was disappointed that we didn't see Aang waterbending at this
yes,
point.
that was one of my points. So him nor Katara were trained, because in the anime they both get some training lessons from him, and then he tells her to continue training and to train Aang.
Yeah,
and we didn't get that. So, and he never really gave his like approval of her being a master.
Yeah, fair enough. What points did you like, or anything that you liked about episode 7?
Yeah, so I really liked episode 7. I liked everything they did with the water tribe was amazing. I think it looked really good.
Yeah.
I thought the fight between Paku and Katara looked amazing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they didn't bring in like the he's also my grandfather thing, which kind of pissed me off.
I have that. Yeah.
So real quick, because he mentioned the fight, that when she threw those ice discs at him, that shit was dope as hell.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite
but
scenes.
She does
of that
in
episode.
the animated.
Right, but to see it in live action, that shit was dope as hell.
I was with that.
Yeah,
I was surprised. So that's something I wrote in my notes too, that they didn't play homage to like her betrothal necklace, and he looked dead at it. So when they made eye contact, like close, like I assumed that they were gonna say something or reference it. Never happened. So did Gangan and him never like happen? Is that, what do you guys think? You think it's gonna be something they touch later?
They probably just cut it for time.
I don't think so. Because if they didn't do it there, then like there's no reason why they would do it like.
Yeah, because they don't ever go back to the Northern Water Tribe. I guess you're right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Even though she technically has the invitation to come back with the necklace.
No, true.
She's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I was kind of pissed off at the whole rule of women aren't allowed to fight and they're only healers.
Yeah.
And like I was on Katara's side with that. I was like, oh, come on, don't.
But that was the
that old way.
situation. That's how it was in the animated too.
Right, and just seeing it again, like, I relit that fire of anger. I'm like, come on, that's such an old way of thinking, and like, just get past that. Like, you know what I mean? But
I think because Sokka was very sexist in the animated series
for sure,
and they stepped away from that in this live action, which I'm glad they did.
Yeah,
because I think people could have ripped it apart for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think they highlighted enough that they needed to, and then rectified it when she helped.
Yeah,
but I don't have an issue with it coming up. But it is annoying that people still think like that.
Yeah,
it makes sense. But how do you feel about seeing May and Ty Lee so early? I didn't think they were needed in this part. We could have done without them.
Absolutely, we could have done it without them. But like that was the one thing that I was really excited for, to like see more of them in season 1, so they feel more of the threat in like the later seasons.
Yeah, I agree. I was hoping to see them actually do something besides just talk to Azula.
Yeah.
I get why they had her in there is basically a sounding board for Azula, and to get her to like step up to her dad in a way.
Fair.
Because I don't think who else could have done that to her in order for that storyline to work. You know what I mean?
Okay. So, I get why they were important to that part then. But that's it,
Yeah,
I would have liked to have seen, Ty Lee training and just like fucking up some firebenders, just like, or even some earthbenders
using her chi blocking.
Yeah,
yeah, that'd have been
boom.
Cool.
The guy just
which I'm excited to see in season 2.
Yeah,
they're gonna have it in season 2.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Princess Yue? Did you like her in this one?
Amazing. Loved her. Yeah. Absolutely adored her.
I love the conversation between her and Sokka when they first meet, where he's just like stumbling over his words. Yeah. I'm gonna stop talking now.
Yeah,
like, yeah, dude, you should.
He had no riz. He had no riz.
None whatsoever,
bro. Yeah.
But arguably, the people who have no riz have the biggest riz.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because it's genuine.
Yeah,
and women pick up on that, or anyone picks up on that. Yeah, anyone you're trying to like impress, they see you're trying and they see you fail horribly,
and then they're like, "Oh, that's cute. You don't have to. You can stop now."
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. No blue flames for Azula. That was interesting.
No, well, we saw a little.
We got a hint. We got a hint of like.
Then she shut it off.
Yeah.
But I was excited to see. Is that episode 7 still? Or
yeah.
Yeah, it's episode 7. We finally see the lightning though.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude, that was dope.
I like how she generated. I thought she was gonna hit her dad. And I was like, she gonna hit her dad.
Well, she learned what happens in the Agni Kai.
Yeah.
When
you think Azula could take her dad?
I think so.
In what way?
Like take him down, like
straight up,
knock
like
him
Agni
out.
Kai. Oh, okay. My mind were something really different.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, that's Avatar of the southern states.
Okay, the southern states. Love it. All right.
Oh no.
I think season 3 Azula could. I don't think this Azula could, but season 3 Azula could.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So I like that the reveal that Princess Yue was the fox was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Because we don't see her in the spirit realm at all.
We see her as the fox. We hear her.
Well, I'm saying, but in animated.
Oh, in animated.
The animated show.
That's a new thing, original to this, and I liked it. I thought it was cool.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you feel about Avatar Karuk? Like he's kind of an asshole.
A little bit.
Yeah.
He's very has a lot of emotional damage from his fights,
battling
with the spirits and everything like that. You saw his body all mangled,
all scarred.
Yeah,
yeah, that was tough.
I did enjoy the way that they had, like where Avatar went to Aang went into the Avatar state to talk to him, and then he saw the like ghost image of him during the battle. I enjoyed that part.
Oh, when he showed to him, he's like, "I can feel my spirit."
Yeah, the sword. Yeah,
yeah.
I enjoyed that part. Addie, did you like that?
Yeah, I liked everything with Avatar Kuruk because we don't get much of him. We don't get him at all on this. Like it's just a still figure.
Yeah,
right.
I liked the fact that because Avatar Kuruk was in the spirit realm and like taking on those matters, that Roku had to be so physical and so like war ready in every way, because he had to balance out the previous Avatar's doings.
Yeah,
right. We see like a flashback of him, and he was like surfing, and like they talk about him, and they say that he just had like a very chill approach, and he had a peaceful time.
In the anime series, right?
Yeah,
that was probably before he lost, or before he started seeing that the spirits were coming in, right?
Probably,
I would imagine.
But it kind of seems like the narrative was that he was just such a laid back avatar that he wasn't involved in the world.
Yeah,
but I don't think I think the world just didn't know he was fighting all those spirits, that spiritual battle between the spirit realm.
Yeah, they touched on that too with Princess Yu. She was like that he never came back, and we don't really know much about him. She goes, but I feel like there's more to the story.
Yeah.
What else we got in? Let's move on to episode 8. What are your thoughts about episode 8, Addie?
Legends.
Episode 8 was my favorite episode.
It was the shit. It was a great finale. I agree with that.
6 was my number 1, 5 was number 2, and then 8 was number. Well, 8 and 5 were tied for 2, but 6 because of the blue mask was pretty dope. Yeah, I love seeing Zuko with the blue mask. But back to Legends, I agree. I like how we open up with, that Team Avatar and Appa, and they take out one fucking ship, and then they
Yeah.
see the armada behind it. Like,
That was dope.
oh no!
They were so proud of themselves for that one ship. Like, all right, how many left? Holy shit! Like an entire fleet. They're like, all right, we got to go regroup.
I like the touching moment. Like, we're getting a more centered, emotional story between Iroh and Zuko. It's way more emotional early on, versus I don't think we saw any of that until they kind of gave up on the Fire Nation when they cut off their and they kind of just go off on their own.
That was like
that's when
book
we
2,
see
right?
Zuko,
I think.
Yeah, book 2, middle book 2,
Something like that.
when he embraces figuring out his own path and not being part of the Fire Nation.
And we kind of got a hint of that at the end, where he's like, "What do you want to do now?" He's like, "I'm tired."
Well, that's a
what I
direct
read
line.
into that. Yeah,
that's directly what happened in the animated. But then Zuko shows love to Iroh, says, like, your son would have been proud of you, and I was like,
yeah, seriously.
See, that got me. That got me really good.
Yeah, dude, that was touching, dude. I was just like, yeah, just hard. That was a good line.
just put sunglasses on for no reason. I'm
I really like the. Well, speaking of emotional part, the Momo saving the little kid.
Oh,
How sad and brave was that?
Yeah,
That was awesome. And then we see Princess Yu bring him back to life. And that was great to see.
Princess who?
I would have been pissed. Princess Yu.
Yue,
sorry.
Yue, yeah.
Princess Yu. All right, I messed that up.
I
forgot
is
the
you.
A.
You is me.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I really like that part. Because I'd have been pissed if Momo died and stayed dead.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that. I don't think that happened. And
No, it didn't. That was purely for.
Yeah, but it was nice to see that, and we don't get a lot of Momo early in episode or in the first book. We see him do stuff here and there, especially when Appa gets taken. That's when we see a little bit more of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, Momo's there, but he's not really. He's very much so a side character.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Versus they put him in front of everything right now and being a hero, which I liked. I liked it's cool.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would like to. I hope they play to in season an episode or book 3 when Boomy's like, someone's missing. Where's Momo?
Oh yeah, I doubt they're gonna do that because that's such a kid line or like for kids. You know what I mean? I don't see them putting that in here. I would love to see them put that in there, but I doubt it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I like the scene where the kid's saying yes, Master Katara.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, wait. All right.
Well,
I like it.
I'll
like
take it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take it. I like that part. Any other scenes that you enjoyed, Addie?
Like, I loved how the valley looked, where like the
Yeah.
the
Where the
fish-
courses were? Oh yeah. I think the guy that played Admiral Zhao did a really good job because I was annoyed as fuck with Admiral Zhao.
Yeah.
I know that was his job.
That's the key characteristic of that character is you just annoy everybody.
Yes.
And piss them off. Yeah.
And he did a good job of it.
For
'cause
sure.
I was hella annoyed with him. And Zuko in the beginning couple episodes too, he was very annoying and bratty. I think that he did a good job too. But I think General Zhao for just being just a little C word, to be honest.
Yeah, seriously.
I only refrain because that's a little harsh of a word.
Yeah, it is.
But he was just a little brat, dude.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
I did like the line that Aang said to Katara, where he's like, "Go easy, enough people have been hurt already." And Zuko's like, "I don't care." It's like I wasn't talking to you. Yeah. I was like, "Yeah, Aang, fucking, let's go." And then I also thought it was a great choice for them to change colors when the moon spirit was dying to red. And then when they killed him, went to black and white.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
Beautiful scene. I love that.
Because in the animated, it just went black and white, right?
Yeah, it just it goes black and white.
And
But
they
to
never
show
showed
it
the red
dying
part.
being red and like it's getting there and then killed black and white. I thought it was fucking great.
I love that they kept Iroh's line. He's like, whatever you say, I'll unleash tenfold on you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm liking Iroh. He's doing a really good job.
Well, yeah, dude. I'm a huge fan of that actor. I always blank on the name. We had it last time, but
Paul So Young.
there you go.
So Young
Paul.
Lee.
Yep. What else?
Let's see.
The speech that Aang says when he's in the Avatar state was That wasn't word for word in the anime, was it?
I don't think so.
No, I really like how that was written. That was really good. He's like, I should have died 100 years ago, or I should have died a long time ago. Forget the actual words, but yeah, I enjoyed that part. I thought the part was really cool.
Did you watch any of our older episodes when we talked about when Princess? Well, no. Oh, I gave you a theory, right, about Princess Yue.
Yeah, I watched that.
How do you feel about that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, no,
huh?
I'm fully on board with that.
That'd be cool if
It makes total sense.
Right?
Yeah,
I thought so too.
yeah. We get to see what they did from the animated series. In this one, we see Koizilla, which shout out to our producer who came up with that term, and I was like, I'm still not using it on that podcast.
Say it again.
Koizilla,
Koizilla,
like a koi fish and Zilla.
Koizilla.
Yeah.
Heard.
I thought that was really well done. The CGI on that was
now I'm gonna
excellent.
watch it and just think of
Koizilla. Yeah, I hope so.
Chris Tucker and
For Rush Hour.
yes.
You love that scene.
I love Rush Hour, dude.
Yeah.
I can watch that on repeat every day.
Speaking of Rush Hour, that's who is General Zhao. He was in the original Rush Hour.
Oh, he
Yeah.
was.
Did
Who-
you didn't
Admiral
remember?
Zhao. He's Admiral Zhao. Pays respect.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he did
No, I
get
was kidding.
promoted. He did get promoted in
He
the
did get
middle there.
promoted, yeah.
I forgot about his promotion. Apologies. All right. And
How do you feel that they didn't show Zhang? Do you think he's important because he's going to show up as a White Lotus because he's a White Lotus member?
True. With them not showing John and not learning any bending this season, I think we're looking at a future of the series going beyond season 3.
that's a good point. They're probably going to save him for later on.
Okay. So you said beyond season 3?
Yeah. Like
So then-
the story would be the same, but it would just take more seasons to do that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So you're hoping they go past season 3.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it could be done because this is a not different story, but they're adding to it, and you could keep adding to this
Yeah.
to the series.
I think if it goes past season 3, I think they should end book 3 with the way this one ended, way the animated ended, and they should
True.
tell the story after. Because I would rather see, out of any other property that they can tell, I would rather see the story that happens after the final episode and when the comic comes. And I would like to see, because there's mangas, there's books about what's the Earth Kingdom's name? The guy from Ba Sing Se. He's the Earth King.
One with the bear,
Yeah.
I forget. I'm blanking on it.
So him and Zuko go to war. I elaborated on this a little bit the other day. Because
I've read that.
yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And I like the stories that are being told.
Yeah.
And I would love to know what the hell happened to Zuko's mom.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of story to be told in between what
I think they would cover that in the movie.
some of it, but you
Yeah.
can only tell so much in a movie.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So I would like
In the movie, I think they're past that because,
because they're in their
really?
late teen, they're in their late 20s.
yeah, because
In the movie.
have you read the comic where they show Zuko's mom?
No, I haven't. I know
What?
it exists, but I kind of want to
Send
see
us
it live
the
action.
name of that issue so we can go get that and read it.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
No. The like the issue number of the comic, or what the
Oh,
comic.
it's just the name of the manga. Yeah, it's a manga. It's its own little book. Yeah,
Okay.
they're not mangas aren't numbered like comic books are.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's a little bit
fair
different.
enough.
It's
All
well,
right.
yeah, I guess they're numbered in volume 1, volume 2, or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're,
All right, fair
they're numbered
enough.
a little different.
Let's,
I don't think these are manga though. I think these are comic books.
Oh, they're considered comic books.
Yeah.
Okay, I've read them all online. Everything I read is online.
Yeah, manga is like this way, right? So you go from back to front.
Oh, true, very true.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, let's get to our stone ratings here for the entire series. We're gonna go with our guest first. Addie, what's your stone ratings for the entire series? And I'm very nervous to hear the answer to this, but go ahead.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 stones.
All right, that's a lot higher than I was expecting, so I'll take that one. All right, 3.5 stones. Kike, your stone rating.
4.5.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
I want to give it 5, but there's just too many things that are missing that I was like,
Okay, and I give it 5 stones for that reason. That's why it's not a 6 for me, because I was hoping they stuck a little closer to the animated series, but they didn't. And I get it, for this story, it works and it's a live action, okay. But the fan of me of the animated series just wanted this to be a little bit closer to that.
yeah.
So that's why it's a 5.
I think my stone rating would be a 5 had I not watched the anime and just looked into this blindly and be like, this is cool.
Oh shit, it'd
Yeah.
been a 6 for me then.
Yeah, my girlfriend loves it.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, this is so cool. That's what
Yeah.
inspired her to watch the animated series now. But I think, yeah, I stand strong with my 4.5.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. I've got nothing else unless you got any last points. Addie, any last points?
I really like the chemistry between like our main group. I hope they expanded that more. I hope we get time in the future seasons to like just see them breathe and just do their mundane tasks. I think that was the one thing that was missing a lot from season 1.
Yeah, agreed. Yep.
The what? Say it again?
The Monday tasks that they do of like, they go to save a village, or they like the downtime instead of seeing just the bigger picture like we did in this season.
Fair point.
Yeah, I agree with that. I hope
because there's a lot of small stories that showed how Katara and Aang, how they're, because we don't get any glimpse of them kind of like
romantic
tension
yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
And versus in
Book 1, we started getting that easily through it, and it happened like 3 or 4 times. And then book 2 was harder, and book 3, like every other episode was like him goo-eyed over or something, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So like I think I agree.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna let them? Well, they have to, right? Because they have children, so they have to end up together.
Yeah, it's
right?
gonna happen.
They can't change that.
It's probably gonna happen at probably
mid
season 3.
I say
it'll start mid season 2 and then eventually get to it in season 3.
Yeah. My prediction is I will start around the same time we meet Toph.
Yeah, that's a good prediction. I'm on board with that one. I like that. I cannot wait for Toph.
I hope they restructure to just give us Toph every episode.
I'm done.
Like,
I'm with it.
Right at episode 1 or 2, just like Toph, and then she's with them for the rest of it.
Hell yeah, dude! I'm so.
I would rather give us Toph early.
Agree. All right, well, Addie, thank you once again for joining us, man. We really appreciate having you on. And again, you'll be back, I'm sure, for another time that we talk about a topic that you're really passionate about, which I'm sure is coming. But yeah, thanks again, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so much for having me, It was fun talking about Avatar.
Hell yeah,
It sure
absolutely.
And Kike, let the people know how long I'm with you.
Till the end of the line.
All right, thanks, guys.